Please.
So not 10 seconds?
No, we're in now. Hello everyone and welcome to the QT. I'm gonna rearrange the windows because I forgot to do that.
That feel when Sheepy tells us 10 seconds, and then the next thing we hear is Sheepy saying, "Aw, crap," with no context.
Yeah, no, it was literally as I was about to click on the scene switch, so we go to this. I was like, I have not done the windows, but
yeah,
I'm in the right,
me and
place.
Alpha are in the right
I'm
place,
killing
but
it was a really easy fix, luckily.
Tori
How
never
come
out
it
of
doesn't
place.
show you live for me?
we're on
Are you on
YouTube.
Because
YouTube, where we
YouTube
are
doesn't
now?
like you.
I'm on YouTube. It doesn't show live.
Here, let me.
Oh, you
I'll
have to
link-
go
I'll give
into
you
his
the link.
channel, and then there's a live section under like videos and channels and community and all that. There's a live thing.
I've slapped a link into the Zoom chat for you, Katie. That should bring you directly to where we need to be.
Thank you.
Speaking of, hello everyone and welcome to the QT episode number 21. This episode is called Ripples.
Yeah.
And just as an FYI, I have my fan on.
So do I. It's hot.
Yeah, basically, like, while it's hot like this, we try to give the best experience to people, but as far as I'm concerned, when it's hot, you just have to have fans on sometimes. So
I can't even hear it, Cheapy, so you're fine.
yeah, I know, just sometimes it does things. So here we are on YouTube. Will I stream on Twitch? I mean, I'll stream the recorded version of this show over on Twitch. You know,
that
Flip the
feel when you're
script.
doing the live content on YouTube and the recorded content on Twitch just to mix it up.
yeah. But this felt like the best time to do it, seeing as we have a new show coming in on Friday. The Duacroma Outlook.
So excited to watch that.
I'm going to be doing a watch party in my Discord if anybody's as excited as I
Katie,
am.
when I want to.
When it's launched, Friday night.
I'll be there.
I'll fucking
We'll
be
be
there,
watching. I'm so I've already seen it, so it's kind of spoiled, but I want to see it again. I'm really excited. It's really good.
You've seen the first 2 episodes, which are
Yeah,
technically 2 episode 1s. But you know, like, so we're going to be releasing the first episode. We'll be premiering on YouTube on Friday, 7 p.m. UK time, 7th of the 7th, which wasn't planned but is a happy accident. And yeah, no, the Duacroma Outlook's looking really good. We finished it, and some people have seen it. Katie slept her way into the screening of of the Duacroma Outlook.
I really
Look,
did.
you gotta take your advantages where you can get them.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
what's the point if not? Right? Like, come on.
Who wouldn't?
I'm only joking, obviously.
I think the worst thing about that for Katie was that you didn't really have like a keyboard, so all of the
It was the day my keyboard got fucked, so I
Yeah.
couldn't talk with anybody.
So all of the reactions were just like unable to be expressed. I imagine.
Me at my desk alone in silence.
Yeah. However, let's do some form of normal intro for things, which is this is the Wandering Inn. We make TTRPG shows here, and I'm mostly responsible for that. You know, if you want someone to blame. If you enjoy what we do, first and foremost, go check out Patreon, consider pledging. All of these shows are funded, and they pay cost as well. All of these lovely people you see right here are being paid for their time, for their effort, and for their work. And all I can say is when you do a recorded show and you have to pay that all at the same time, goddamn does that hurt your wallet.
Yeah, a little bit.
GB hasn't eaten in months. Please help.
Especially with a double cast.
Sheepy's
Yeah.
eating
Sheepy
dry
has-
ramen. He doesn't even have the flavor packets.
Sheepy has
it's
resorted
just,
to
it's
eating
just
dog
water
food.
and bland noodles.
Okay, they're all exaggerating.
All for your enjoyment, okay?
Dog food, people.
It's not that bad, although
It's also just drinking tap water. Nothing else. Just tap water.
Although-
no
And not
soda,
dog
coffee,
food. It's not like
nothing.
Caesar. No. It's off-brand shit.
Although, when I have to pay my editor, Safi Pi, yeah, no, that's but classy Katie can tell you, worthwhile. The editing really puts the show all together, and
I mean, it was good without it. Like, I was completely non-cognizant of how much y'all were gonna add.
yeah.
And and by that, it's not too much. It's like just the right amount of sound effects, things like that just like add that spice to it. It's
Very
fucking beautiful.
exciting.
Yeah.
Very
And there's some lovely little like transitionary scenes and stuff. You'll see how it all plays together when the episode goes live, but very cool. With that said, there is now a YouTube stream instead of a Twitch stream. So we're live on YouTube, we're not live on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, I understand. Hey guys, you prefer Twitch, it's perfectly fine. The translation from Twitch over to YouTube is kind of rough. People on Twitch don't like to move, but all I'll say is I intend for now to live stream the shows that are to live stream the recordings on Twitch. So this is why if you're watching this on Twitch, this is why you're watching this on Twitch. But it does eat up a significant amount of my Tuesday, which is generally my days off, or traditionally my days off. So if it turns out not to be worth it, I'm just not going to do it. Like, if you like Twitch, cool, but, I'm kind of moving away. So keep that in mind.
Significant amount of my Tuesday sounds like a great cover band, by the way. I don't know of what, but
Yeah,
it just
does.
sounds like a great name.
I love how when you started this whole explanation, we're like, if you're watching this on Twitch, hey guys, look, I get it.
I didn't want to make this video, but
It's okay. You're having a bad time. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
all good.
But with that said, there are some benefits of YouTube. One of which is the better shares that they give to their creators.
Yeah.
With that said, I don't encourage you to do things like super chat or things like that, but if you are someone who doesn't want to look at Patreon and the monthly kind of support, the monthly pledges, if you want to drop down like a super chat or anything like that, I don't have any notifications up, it's not going to pop up for you, but at the end of the show I will read it out if you have like a question for the cast or anything along those lines, or you just want a message read out. Obviously, if it's a fucked up message, I'm not reading it, but aside from that, feel free.
You get a loose definition on fucked up.
I have a very loose different definition on fucked up, that's true.
I mean, I think we all know what fucked up means in terms of like what that would be for reading out loud. Come on,
yeah,
we all know.
Reading out loud on a
I
live
think I
stream
need
in
an
public.
example.
Okay. No.
Just kidding. I'm so kidding, chat. Don't you dare.
Chibi makes a note to have a slightly longer delay on the live stream. But yes, past that, the Patreon has been lovely covering the Monday show. We have a website now, something that I really need to get down and dirty on and sort everything out on there, but I just haven't had time with the Durakma outlook and everything else. I've gotten prepping for next shows and everything.
Down and dirty, huh?
Down and dirty with the website. It's right.
All sounds great, Sheepy.
Yes. And I had oh crap, there was one more thing. It may just have completely flitted out of my mind. Oh yes. So check out the website. It's a great place. We need to move a few bits and pieces around on that, but we'll have the YouTube live stream hopefully up there instead of the Twitch live stream. And yeah, I was talking about the Patreon, Twitter, and there we go. Twitter and Discord if you'd like to stay up with the notifications. Discord's the best place. I always throw it out there when we're going live with the stream and give you the links and everything. So go check those out. And I think that is everything I need to cover for the intro. We don't have an ad read, unfortunately, but I've been told there is one that someone is working on, so I'm a little bit worried about that. And yeah, past that. Oh god, my brain is so out there. Throw that back on. There we go. I was like, why is there no music on? Is it muted? It's because I paused it for the intro. Yeah. Past that. Let's talk about what happened on the QT. I'd love to say last week, but it was actually the week before, and for us, it was about.
It was actually like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Ages ago.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done this. And also, actually, I think it's worth saying here. Thank you to these 4 wonderful people for really cramming in a couple of recording sessions right before Elf had to disappear for a while.
Yeah, entirely my fault. Surgery and stuff. We got a couple of recorded episodes. I'm sure people noticed because we literally told everybody that's what we were doing.
I'm sure people didn't notice. Like,
and then now we're back.
Now we're back. We are live. I promise.
or are
Yeah,
we?
I swear we are. This is real.
So, last time on the QT, I read Mr. Matt's comment earlier because I was like, I need to keep this in my mind.
I read it this morning.
There you go. We have
Mr. Matt is my notes.
I
Always.
can never wait, and that's my problem because I always read it the moment it comes out, and then I don't
I
read
read
it
it
before the
multiple times.
episode.
Sir.
So
I read it multiple times, so yeah, I feel you.
we had the pick up from the cliffhanger where Rodney was attacked by something weird, and Cecilia managed to quite literally knock its block off with a succinct punch whereby the head went rolling, and then took Rodney to hospital to get better, which currently he is unconscious. Cecilia then left the hospital, had a, I want to say frank heart-to-heart with Mr. Knight, although I'm not sure any of their interactions could be called frank. And Mr. Knight told Cecilia that he tracked down the Den of Iniquity, where the summoner of these undead, weird, demony things have been coming from, and gave her the address. At the same time, we had some Alyssa and William and George at a skate park, kind of hanging out and chatting and watching Joel fall over and stuff.
Oh yeah, you brought the family.
Yeah. And Tori, God, sorry, I'm trying to catch up with what happened. Can anyone remember what? Can anyone remember what happened to Tori? I know she.
Well, there was a lot of me trying to get people to move away from Ashford and generally talking to the group and as a whole. I made up with George to a certain extent. That was like a little bit of like past trauma shit that we sort of got through. And then there's the whole spider thing happening also.
There was also the
Tori and Sam.
Yeah. Stuff with Tori's family as well.
Yeah, they have like a moment of sensitivity. I had written down that you guys hug intensely.
Yeah. Aww.
Yeah. I believe that was one of the twins.
Yeah, Sam, yeah.
Yeah, Sam's being bullied. That's what it is. Sam's being bullied for absentee parents. Oh, and that's what you're... I forgot about that. Fuck, that's dark. Yeah. And you vowed to watch out for Sam, and Sam, like, fell in your arms all sad.
Yeah. You did also have the bits with Chelsea and Aaron and some of your friend group in the center of town in the
Yeah, that's what I would add to weird spider stuff, to be honest. In terms of like what it was about, because we knew I knew what was happening, but I also didn't know what was happening in character. You know what I mean? So it was like a whole, thing.
In retrospect, I would say that's fair. Because we found out that once Tori had gone to the lunch hall during lunch, everyone was sitting together. Chelsea, Aaron, the friends of Tori. I'm gonna pull up the names so I can get them right, because
Cheat sheet.
oh yes, I mean it's a cheat. I don't know how to describe it. Katie has now seen my my notes. Don't tell them what it's like. Laura, Rebecca, Nicole, Christine, etc. were all there and chatting happily when Chelsea stood up and walked out. Tori decided to follow her, and where we ended is when she walked in and said once again to Chelsea, like, hey, stop. I was gonna say stop talking to my man, but that's not right. It's like, hey, stop sniffing around my ex is probably a bit more.
More like, didn't you listen to me the first time, motherfucker? Is more what it was. Like, it's not a matter of my ex; it's a matter of disrespect.
Yeah.
Right.
At which point, the group from the lunch hall walked in behind her, and it was revealed that, as far as we know and suspect, Chelsea is controlling them with tendrils of gossamer, also known as spider silk.
I also have written down that Tori commanded Aaron, like did a mind fuckery to Aaron. Yeah, you command Aaron to forget and go away from you.
Yeah.
Forget all about you and walk away.
And he didn't.
Nicole thinks he's on quote unquote loser drugs.
Yeah.
So right at the end there, we found out that even if you can command people with your voice, it doesn't necessarily override command of their body. Which...
Yeah, well, I mean, if their brain is not working, then I can't make them do things. So sort of what we figured out.
So I think the best way to bring us back in would be to reaffirm where everyone is and what they're currently doing. So to start off, there we go. So we have Cecilia is currently playing hooky, not going into school today. George and William, I believe, are at school, and I believe George had a chat with Tori in the lunch hall. So what is going to happen most likely is we're going to pay lip service to the day, but not a super lot is going to happen to a degree, with certain people accepted, obviously. So I am curious for George and for William, what is the plan for today? What's the on the agenda? I do believe Mr. Ashford asked you to come and see him, or possibly that he had a job for you.
Yeah,
I think that's the plan.
Right?
Yeah. After school, I think he asked us to come see him for another job or something.
After school, okay.
Yep.
So we'd probably have a semi-normal day, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Oh,
unless Will wanted to ask me about my little sister coming to the skate park.
Yeah.
That was new and weird.
Will thought it was very cute that he got to meet your family.
We did also have an extension of Will's manifestation. He managed to manifest the devil's arm, and also manifest a little flame came out of his palm.
He needs to take up smoking now just so we can light the cigarette.
Yeah, you need to do the finger flick cigarette light flame
incinerate.
action.
It was not blue flame. Just FYI, everyone listening.
Yeah. It was not blue flame.
I asked.
I would have been more inclined with green flame myself as an acting fanboy.
Green
but other
flame.
To
is
be
the
honest,
best.
he doesn't even need to smoke himself because he has the ideal friends for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Need a light.
You did.
for Joel at least. George.
Yeah,
George,
exactly.
George is still probably trying to figure
He's
that
very,
out.
very quickly turning into John Constantine.
Okay, so in that case, let me know if you'd like to have a discussion between the two of you before that. For now, I think we'll consider that you're going through your day essentially completely normally, unless you stumble upon something or something happens.
I think like just not a specific instance, but I was thinking about George, like something that she kind of does throughout her day is experiment with things she could consume in a weird way. Like she's trying to test the limits. So like if she has a chemistry class and they have to use a Bunsen burner, she might sip it. Like little weird things like that throughout the day that she might like mention to Will, or Will might like poke her about, be like, stop it.
Here's an interesting question, actually, and it's not really apropos of anything important, but so my assumption is when you do something like chemistry or you do something along those lines, like George is at the back, right? Like she lives at the back. Will lives at the front.
Unless she drags
I wonder
him,
if
yeah.
I would love there to be
wondering-
I'd love there to be like an agreed meeting place somewhere in the middle.
Well, I was wondering if either of them adjust that habit.
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
like I could see George not caring and like just sitting up front with Will. But
I was gonna say the exact same thing, but that might embarrass the fuck out of Will, because she'd still
Yeah.
act like a backseat person,
But
like
also,
carving in her desk and
but
shit.
also, I don't think Will would mind like going and sitting at the back.
no, I could
I think
see
he-
Will. Yeah.
I think he cares less now. At least about appearances.
I'm gonna say we're at the front because chances are Joel's with us, and Joel he'd just see you and sit by you,
Yeah.
and then I'd follow suit. Like the third, you know what I mean? Just taking in
Yeah.
the third factor of it. Like Joel wouldn't be like, oh god, Will's in the. He'd just be like, oh, sup, Will, flop. And then
Yep.
I'd probably follow suit, and kind of admire the new view.
I could see that.
So this is what it's like to see the blackboard.
What do you look at all day? There's no heads.
Oh, I get it. It's a blackboard.
Okay.
I think I need glasses.
It looks
There's
blue from
writing on
yours.
that. Did you know?
Wow, this is so much easier for my note taking when I can
Oh my
actually like.
Turns out Joel needs fucking glasses.
Yeah.
Has been sitting in the back. The board has been blurry
Blind
the whole time.
It's been
Like-
blurring, kind of
No.
blue.
It's funny because that actually happened to me in real life. I didn't know I needed glasses, and I was just like, I can't see the board from this distance for like 2 years of my school life, and then it turns out that was the problem.
Accepted the world was blurry.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, wow, human eyesight really sucks.
I mean, you're not wrong. It still does.
Yes. So, do let me know if there's any specific kind of conversations or interactions. Feel free to bring them up. There's also always a possibility that you'll get dragged into things or see something. Who knows how it'll go.
You've already mentioned that twice now,
I
Sheepy.
know, but I was laying up so that I could then move on to.
I'm not nervous.
That's fine. So that I can then move over to Cecilia.
Oh, now I'm nervous.
And my question here for Cecilia is, would you like to just already be doing the thing that's going to be happening? Would you like to fade into that scene, or would you like to set it up?
I think we can fade into that scene, but I very much would think that Cecilia would be staying at the hospital up until a point where either like one of the nurses comes and says like you gotta go, or perhaps more likely Rodney's parents show up, I would think. And then it would be a very quick I don't know what is last, Fry. Then it would be a very quick, oh, hi, Mrs. and Mr. Fry, and then like leaving the room.
Yeah.
I would think that that would be a reason why she would actually leave the hospital.
Can I ask?
Maybe.
Is the reason she bails when the parents turn up because she is like feeling awkward about, essentially meeting them in this situation, or she's not sure if they know about her, etc. Or would she be very upset about the first time meeting her boyfriend's parents to be when he's unconscious in the hospital? Because I could totally see Cecilia like.
It would very much be like the latter, because
it doesn't fit the story.
Yeah, it's you're in a hospital room, he's unconscious, and it's like, oh, the parents come in, so she's not gonna have a first meeting here in the hospital room then. And also, they probably want their time with like the doctors and their son, so it's like, I'll leave you to it.
Yeah,
she's so mature for her age.
No, just unnecessarily high expectations. So
Touché.
yeah,
yes.
that would definitely be the reason that would prompt her to actually head out of the hospital. I would assume it's late evening now, so then she would head home, and maybe we can fade into that in the morning. But the others are already in the day, so we can just skip to that.
Yeah, we'll get to the day. And Cecilia has an agenda today, so
even written down physically.
Yeah.
Like at the desk, at
That doesn't shock me.
the makeup desk, just like at our vanity, God, have a little list, like a to-do list written down in like a swirly pen, one of those pens that has like a little like pom-pom like at the end of it.
Yeah, flourish.
And she's writing down the plans of today with like timestamps before she flourishes it with a little heart, puts down the pen, looks at herself in the mirror, says, "You can totally do this. Today is gonna go great. We're gonna get through this, and we're gonna get revenge for Rodney." And she gets ready, and she packs a little like lunch bag almost, I would say, like a little satchel with an apple in it, with some lunch, with like a water bottle in it. And she goes out to begin the first steps of her plan today, outside.
Okay. And where exactly is she going to set up base camp, as it were?
I'm so excited for this like militant plan right now. I literally have chills.
Headquarters are going to be, I would think. So I was doubting, because at one side I would think that there is probably some kind of shed on the family grounds that are used for one specific reason only, and that she knows, for example, that it's used very early in the morning, and then we don't need it anymore. Like where we hold some food or equipment in general. So I would think such a place. But if you say, I don't know if that's there, then there's always the forest.
Yeah. I would also say that the Grayson farm is quite a ways on the outskirts to the east of the QT. If you look at the map, you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, there is a small black square. I believe I can bring your attention to it. There. That is the address. So, if you were to want to set up, there are a few places further over in that direction, but nothing kind of like friendly or owned by your family, as it were.
So the plan is to first set up headquarters on like near the farm, and later on in the day she will move to the location.
Okay. In that case,
What was the name of the farm?
the Grayson farm.
Thank you.
In that case, you go to the shed. It's kind of mid-afternoon, I'd say. At a guess, knowing Cecilia, she's probably already prepared like some kind of beanbag or mattress or pillows or something to be able to sit down on.
Yeah, she it's kind of like you would arrange a little like afternoon out. So she has her little lunch bag.
Yeah, of course she does.
She puts out a blanket, some pillows, takes out a notepad and also a a book on Spanish. Uh, she puts that down with a pen and stuff. And for some reason, I think also binoculars.
Okay.
um,
I'd like
and
to see it.
and for some reason, I guess, again, not a 90s kid, but like a portable radio or something.
Yeah, Walkman.
Totally
something like
doable. Absolutely doable.
Yeah, like for some reason, even though she's not gonna like in her head, it's like mission style. It's like, oh, I'll have to follow the news. So she will probably turn that on, but at a certain point, like actually realize it's disrupting her focus and will turn it off. But she still has it there. Yeah, she makes a whole little setup for this, trying to distract herself from the fact that she is skipping school.
that. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Its bugs are that much.
And after you've settled,
And she, as she settles and everything is put down, she notes down a little tick on her to-do list on the first item.
moving past that, as she settles down and goes about her intentions, for the first time in quite a while, she intentionally taps into whatever power has possessed her. And she opens up her senses and opens up her mind to what surrounds her. And what surrounds her is a cacophony of life. Birds, insects, and as your kind of senses push out a bit further, you have foxes in the woods, you have raccoons, you have squirrels, and further into town you have cats, dogs, hamsters, mice. All of these animals you get a very light peripheral mental touch with. And I assume, you start to reach out properly and start connecting with them.
Yeah.
Or attempt.
And I very much imagine it's a case of what is needed in that specific moment. So first, for example, she will try to reach out to a bird, because first she will need to
Flying.
yeah, and also a lot of distance. So she will try to focus on one bird, keep her focus on that, and then once she has a grasp on the consciousness of that bird and the senses, will try to move that bird as far as she can towards the location that she got first. Try to use that bird, but depending on what she sees there, she may try to switch to a mouse or something, because you need different tactical viewpoints and different skills to see different things.
Yes. Well, let's have a change the game roll, please.
Yeah. And I will
Bitch.
also say someone, and I totally forgot this, but someone in Doozer Dan said that the dog, and yeah, the dog, I think it's very likely that the dog is with her.
Right.
Blackie,
Yeah.
in the shed. Just also to remind myself.
Noted. And I'm glad you told me that, because, yes, that is not something I considered and makes sense.
Yeah. And also, all of the talk about Lestat fanfic, totally. Holy shit. Have you seen that man? An absolute god.
I read the fuck out of those books in the 90s. That is the
know
most
it.
legit drop
Fucking
ever.
know it. You know it.
Everything.
For the record, you can sense the dog's presence. It's different. Like all of the other animals feel a bit more peripheral, a bit more kind of like light. There's a connection there between you and the dog that is a lot easier. And it's a lot more kind of. It's almost like this analogy is gonna go terribly, but it's almost like having a pair of slippers as opposed to shoes you gotta like lace up and stuff. There's a lot more involved trying to, you know.
That's an excellent analogy. What the fuck?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a really good one,
Very
actually.
well done. Yeah.
It just a lot easier, and so with this roll,
Yes.
I will let you know what power tags you can go with here, because it's empathetic, yes. High energy, yes. I'm not gonna give you Gold Boss this time because I think you're gonna get quite a few already, and that particular Swiss Army knife will not be used this time.
That
Just
particular.
the ultimate girl boss. You can't hate her for that.
It's such a good power tag.
Hardworking and overachiever can both be used. Animal empath.
Ooh,
instinct.
hopeless romantic as weakness though.
I would say yes, considering the driving force you have
Yeah.
behind this.
Yeah.
Yes, all of the Beastmaster ones will work. Resilient will actually work in this instance. So will strategize. Wow, you've got a lot that works well for you here.
Hell yeah.
Animal care as well.
All right.
And I would say
Not horse riding.
not this time, no. I would say the weaknesses that will work against you here will probably be bestial, and yeah, I think bestial and the hopeless romantic will be working against you here.
Yeah.
But
All
still,
right.
that's way too many power tags. So
Yeah. So change the game, was it?
change
Or...
the game, yes, please.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
14.
14.
So a great success.
We love
I
to
have
change
never
the game.
heard Sheepy say "holy crap" to a roll.
Yeah, I mean, like
I've listened to your voice quite a bit. I've never heard you react to a role like that. I'm very excited to see what Cece gets to do.
For reference, Cecilia rolled a 2 and a 3, 5. So,
But I had 9
But
power
you
attacks.
had-
Oh my god,
had-
that's so many modifiers.
Without girl boss.
There's
ha-
just like
God.
no way you could fail.
no, you had a 9 with 2 negatives as well, so you know, without the negatives you'd have This is something that Cecilia might actually find herself being very good at if she embraces it. So these type of things, these type of powers are difficult to translate for people to understand. And even for Cecilia, a lot of it is instinct, and a lot of it is abstract. However, even for someone, you know, going through these type of things, you do tend to visualize things a certain way. You do tend to figure things out a certain way. What you end up with, actually, to a certain degree, looks kind of like a video call. With, as you make connections, as you reach out and you start connecting with the birds, you know, crows, ravens, pigeons, the cats, mice, dogs, you start to get almost like a little mini camera in your visuals. And as they connect, they receive essentially a very basic command. Scout, look for, find, move, you know, move to the area, that type of thing. And as this progresses, you find that when there is something of importance, there's a little itch in your mind from, you know, almost like a notification, which allows you to move your concentration and focus. So, for example, there's a pigeon kind of flapping over the center of town, who spots this kind of like slightly worrying figure kind of like stalking through it. And you get this kind of like itch, and your concentration shifts to it, and you kind of get a zoom in of the vision of this pigeon, and you see this kind of like slightly dark, misty aura, which just looks a little bit iffy.
So I see, as I scout towards the location I got, I see
This is
someone...
more center of town, so...
Okay, so on my way there, like, to say on my way there, in the senses, I see a shady figure with...
So, when I say aura, it's not really the same as William. It's a bit more like animal instinct. The best way I can describe it is like, hey, that looks dangerous. Go, the equivalent of like when an animal sees a predator. You know, they have that instinct of like...
Oh, right. But there's no... Because I was
avoid.
visualizing like some kind of like glow around this person, or no?
Yeah. Not quite to that extreme. Just like a very vague sensation, let's call it.
I have a bit of time. I have a few locations I'm like planning to scout, so I'll if this catches my eye and if I get this like feeling from it, I'll definitely follow it for a bit.
Okay.
Might be that I lose interest because I'm like, this is not important right now. Might be that I stick around a bit, depending on what this shady figure is about to do.
Well, I will say not much of anything. They wander for a bit and then walk into a shop or something. One thing I will say is it can sometimes be a little bit hard to translate what the animals are seeing, just purely because, you know, part of translation is recognition. They don't recognize like a coffee shop, for example. But you see him walk into a big building and not come out for like 5, 10, 15 minutes. So.
All right. Is there first of all anything familiar about this figure to me? If not a vision, then scent or anything else. If not, I'm assuming I'll just have taken this up and will possibly, if I ever see this person in the future, maybe recognize them.
And just very quickly, as this is all going on, the camera like snaps back to Cecilia for a little bit, and you got the moving under the eyelids kind of thing going on, where like her eyes are like twitching and like looking and etc. And then snaps back to the perspectives of the animals as you take your concentration away from this pigeon and over to the hole again. And what I will tell you is there are a few places in town that that the animals are having difficulty going now in terms of like instincts, and essentially you have the majority of the town covered in terms of the animals sending out, like looking around, seeing if you can spot anything. Obviously you've sent a fair few down to that address just to keep an eye on it and see what's occurring there. I can tell you nothing much from the outside at the very least.
Yeah, but I will have at least seen the location,
yes,
gotten to know as much as I can in the meantime. So that's as much preparation as I can do. So it would definitely be that location of the demon summoner. Probably high school as well.
Well, one thing I can tell you is that the animals are having a difficulty getting close to the high school. The compulsion from you is there. The willingness to do it is currently not there. They are trying to avoid it.
All right. During the time that I'm doing this, though, I think I will definitely try to poke it a bit and try to push it a bit. See if I can overcome this fear.
If you focus on one of them, totally. But the problem is when you focus, you'll still have, an occasional kind of like
start losing the wide angle.
Yeah. But you'll lose the wide angle, yeah.
Well, I think nonetheless, I will at some point later on in the day start focusing because, for example, the location of like the demon summoner, like I'll want to have gone into as much detail as I can, and that would probably mean trying to focus on an insect, one animal, trying to get detail that way. So at some point I will start doing that. But if I don't see anything at the school, then no biggie.
Okay. Well...
Or if I see a certain spectacle that we're gonna zoom into in a moment. We'll see.
Okay. With that said, we will shift focus over to Tori.
Oh, great! Yeah, I was in a great place last time we spoke, so that'll be fun. If I remember correctly, we were facing down Spider Girl,
Yes.
Chelsea.
Christy.
Yeah, Christy. Is it
Chelsea.
Chelsea's the one trying to fuck
Chelsea.
Aaron, I thought.
No, it's Chelsea. Yeah, that's the one we're talking about. Because Christine
made up
is
two
the
different
one.
people in my
Christine
notes,
is
and I
Christine
apologize.
is the one that was like
Oh.
crazy that one time in regards to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trust
Who I
Katie
thought
because she
it might
has
be.
mountains of notes for this.
So Christine is the one who mentioned having gone into the woods again.
Yeah. She was the
And
red herring
She was the
one,
red herring
and
that you
Chelsea
fell
was the
for.
one it turned out to be.
Oh, literally my last note says none of Tori's friends react to her. They're hanging with Chelsea and Aaron. Christy went back into the woods and became a spider.
Yeah, that was the bait. That was the bait
bait.
Oh, it's just
setup.
the bait. Okay, my
Turns out
bad.
it was Chelsea.
Thanks.
Anyway, so I believe we were squaring up, Sheepy.
Yes.
Anywho,
So you find yourself in an abandoned is a bit rough, but in an empty classroom
Yeah.
with 4 of your friends. And
Chelsea's also there, right?
yes.
Okay.
4 of your friends behind you, kind of just standing there, motionless, expressionless. Aaron is also there. Out of respect to Tori, I didn't include him in the 4 of your friends. So,
So I think Tori, we're plenty outnumbered here, which is like a problem, obviously. And Tori, she's confident, but she's not really a person who's ever done physical violence to anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she's mean, but she's not like punch you mean. She's like hurt your feelings mean. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I think at this point it's a matter of confidence. You know, you gotta square up a little, keep your confident aura. But I think she just says to Chelsea, before we get this whole thing rolling, because I can see this is, cards on the table. What do you want? What is your game here?
I mean, I'm not really playing a game, but I guess I can answer the first question. I mean, what I want is basically everything you have. You know, you spent, 3 years running the school and controlling everyone? And now I get to do that.
You realize how pathetic that is, right? Like, how pointless in the grand scheme of things
Well, then,
running the school is.
Well, then why
It's
have
nothing.
you been doing it?
It's Why have I been doing it?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know the prospects that were available to me now. I mean, look at this. You have people under your direct control. You're puppeting. You're not even interacting with people. You're just playing with them like little dolls. It's not the same thing as me, and it will never be the same thing as me. I didn't have to force them. They did what I wanted because I made it so. Not because I had to wrap them up and force them. You understand the difference, right? Anyone with the ability to make someone do whatever they want can do that. It doesn't make you special.
She holds up her hand, and you see a little sliver of light shine along the from her fingertips, and she just tweaks her fingers a little bit, and you hear one of them moving slightly behind you, and she says, "And I have the ability."
And the only thing you could think of was be in charge of the school?
To begin with, I'm still... No, I'm not learning. I'm still realizing the massive possibilities that this allows for me.
I've been going through a similar situation. I'll
Really?
admit. Well, I mean, like I said, cards on the table. You know that I'm capable of things as well. Right?
No? What are you capable
You
of?
don't. You don't know. Okay, well. I don't think it'll matter that much. So, let's talk. I make people do what I want by telling them. I don't need strings. I don't need whatever setup this is. Obviously, it doesn't work on your little puppets because they don't have a mind of their own, which is very sad for you. You're basically playing all by yourself in the corner like a loser. So I can do that, first of all. And second of all, I can do a lot more that you aren't even close to. And you're putting up a front here way above your weight limit. And I'm willing to let you back down. Like, now. And then we can talk about maybe how we can do something together, something better than being the most popular girl in school, which is a sad, sad dream for someone with the abilities that you have. So this is your only chance. Your only chance. I am willing to let you unmake this mistake that you're making right now. And then we can talk like civilized people.
I had a different plan in mind. And that was getting you out of the way. See,
out of the way of being the most popular person in school? Sure. I'll get out of your way right now.
great.
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me anymore.
What I have had a problem with is that no matter what I do, or how I do it, or how well I do it, you've always been there before me. You had Aaron, the swim team, captain now. Congratulations, by the way. And
Yeah, thanks.
it doesn't matter what I do. No one notices me. When they should. And, you know, then when I finally have a chance to talk to Aaron, when I finally have a chance to make a mark, you're there again, getting in the way. Telling me not to talk to him, threatening me, you know? I mean, you may say you don't care, but evidence suggests otherwise.
Ah. It is a sad little life you live in my shadow. You're right. And you know what? I feel for you. Before I was me, there were other people before me who were me. That's how school works. Right? That's how life works. If you don't think you can measure up, I mean, now you're relying on what?
I mean...
Let's I'll tell you what. Let's have a question and answer period with your new friends here. Right? If they really think you're so much better than me and you finally got me out of the way, you own my friends, or whatever it is that you think this is, then sure, have at it. I don't care. But I don't think it really counts when you're forcing them. Right?
Well, not going to be forcing them forever. Just long enough.
Here's a question. Do they remember any of this? If you undo the strings, are they going to know what you've done? Are they going to remember how they felt or what they had to do? Have you even tested that?
Yes. It's almost like a dream you can't remember. Every now and then you get a little inkling.
So what do you mean they'll not forever? You'll be putting yourself back to step 1 as soon as you let those strings go.
Not quite. Because you won't be in the way anymore. You see, my plan is for a tragic accident. Captain of the swim team drowns in the pool. And then everyone's sad. What a tragic accident. And finally, I'm in charge of the school. And from there, who knows where I can go. But first...
And you're doing all this because you need me to be gone in the next couple of months? I mean, I'm going to graduate, and then I don't give a fuck what happens here. So, maybe just wait.
No. To begin with, as you said, you can control people. And I do not trust you. As far as I can throw you. Which incidentally is going to be into the pool.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Secondly, you will have beaten me. And I will not allow that. Not you.
So here's the thing, Chelsea. Right? Can I call you Chelsea?
Sure.
Here's the thing. One way or another, I'm gonna beat you anyway. So, like I said, I'll give you one chance here. One chance to unmake this mistake that you're making. And then we can be friends. No harm, no foul. I don't mind that you're planning to kill me. Whatever. We can be best friends. You can benefit from my influence. You see? See how that might be better? Because if you don't take this moment, this window of opportunity from me, I'm going to rip your head off. And I don't mean that like figuratively. I mean it absolutely literally. Your life will end.
Do you want to know something interesting about what I can do?
I'll give you 10 more seconds to decide.
I can attach webs to people.
8.
Set them up. And
7.
sometimes people don't even notice they're attached.
5. 3.
2, 1.
Tori starts stepping forward towards this girl. Just walking forward.
As you do, she pulls her fingers down, and your movement is stopped by a pulling on your clothes and on your skin from behind. You're already in my web.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I just pull against it.
You pull against it, and it essentially holds you in place. Her fists stay closed, and she says, and in fact, I think the next time we talk to each other is on the diving board. And your mind goes blank.
Okay. No rolls or anything? Alright.
And time passes. George and William.
Nobody cares about George. Next.
Yeah, you
How
can skip our
dare
scene.
you?
You can keep going, skip our scene. It's fine. We don't mind.
And George jumps off the building of whatever
So
building. Back to Tori.
We will go back in time a little bit for the sake of carrying on this.
Yeah, no
scene.
worries.
Quickly, Katie, don't do anything interesting.
So just for the record,
Replace the pool water, George. Replace the pool water.
So, Tori, you open your eyes standing on the diving board.
Okay,
This is about 6-7 foot tall, and it overlooks the deep end of the pool. And you see sitting in the bleachers just Chelsea by herself with you. It is now dark outside. Everything is powered off. And she says, "Welcome back. Now, I give you a little bit of time to compose yourself, but I think I'm only going to give you 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6,
It's gonna be your last 10 seconds. Have fun with it.
3, 2, 1. Goodbye, Tori." And you feel a tug pulling you forwards as you see like a few strands connected to you, which pull you forward and drop you towards the water. As you fall, you see the swimming pool, which, as you remember, makes you feel weak, makes you feel less powerful, makes you feel you have difficulties in there, and you fall towards it and hit the water and find yourself at home. This is not the swimming pool water.
Yeah.
This is water from your lake.
Yes. Oh, things are about to get very nasty.
Because, and
Now we do the
audio right
flashback.
now.
Now we do the flashback.
now I'm gonna give up this scene to someone else. Someone who did something a night or two ago. George.
I'd like it to be a collaborative effort since both of us got the idea from you, if you don't
course.
mind.
Like I wouldn't drag your ass with me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like she would fucking do it alone.
Come on.
So,
So a few
Joe,
nights
Joe,
back.
watch
go,
the
go ahead
beach.
and
We'll
open
be
the
right
scene up,
back.
Sheepy.
So a few nights ago, George and William collaboratively came up with an idea. It was supposed to be a surprise, and God, is it gonna be a surprise. We will start with both George and William heading out at fairly late at night towards the lake. Let's actually
How are
start
we
you off.
getting?
Let's start you off
Huh?
at the lake.
I think if we start off at the lake, you'd probably see, the silhouette of like Will, kind of probably hands in his sweatshirt pockets, like looking out at the lake.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't see George at first. And then out of some, bushes or some brambles nearby, you'd see her like stumble and coughing and spitting. Ugh! It's disgusting. It's like people soup. Okay. So you think I can just drink this one now? As she
Yeah.
wipes all the chlorine off her face.
Yeah,
She's like
should be
kind
fine.
of purple and pink.
We're going to need a lot, though.
Oh shit, I didn't like pay attention to the amount.
I did.
Oh, you're gonna like time me?
The pool is... I've guesstimated here, Peachy. So I did a 100-meter pool. It might be a 50.
100, yeah.
So I did 100 and then 25 wide and 3 deep, which seems kind of ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to need 7,500 cubic meters of water to fill the pool, which is 7,500 tons of water.
Sick.
So yeah, we're gonna make a dent in this lake.
Okay.
So I imagine Will probably has his notebook and he's like trying to show her the map.
He just turns around the notepad and goes, I hope you're thirsty, because we're gonna make a real dent here. So, good thing, if anyone dropped anything on the beach, they're gonna find it, because they're gonna see the beach again.
It is quite a large lake as well, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
you said it was like fairly deep, so it's not like I'm gonna make an impressionable dent, like filling a pool with what's in the lake, right?
Yeah. It won't be, kind of like fish flopping around and.
Yeah.
One very
The water will be
unfortunate
lower,
giant
though.
eel, like. "Rrrr."
Yeah. Okay.
So Will has actually done some homework, and
Of course he did.
he's checked the like rough diameter of the lake to see how far down it needs to go to kind of equate to 7,500 tons.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, we need to drain it 9 inches.
Oh, okay. Why didn't you just say that?
Okay. And then he takes a stick out and it kind of measures 9 inches, breaks
it
it
in.
off, and sticks it in the water. And it's like, and there. So the stick is just like at the bottom, it's at the bottom, and at the top, it's just at the water level.
Yeah.
Like, okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay. And George will kind of like walk up to the water level, look at the stick, have like a moment, realizing it's freezing cold and this is gonna be terrible.
Do you want a
But
straw?
I'll
No,
use
no,
you
that's
as a
fine, that's
straw.
fine.
And she's gonna look at the water and kind of remember the thing with Tori and like all the scary big and the eye and stuff. And like she's kind of really cognizant that this town is extra beyond just her circle of friends. So she kind of like looks at Will, don't laugh, and walks into the water up to like her knees and puts her hands in the water and kind of like psychically in her mind just like sends a message to anything that might be inhabiting the lake, like, I just need to borrow this and I'm doing it for your person. Like
Trying to hook up the Inkenyamba with the
literally.
Listen to
the
me.
notice that this is for the Lord of the Lake. Yeah.
Literally, that's exactly like I'm trying to like be like, it's not for me. I'm not just drinking you. I swear. I'm like thinking of Tori, like burning her image into my mind. And then you'll see George just like her silhouette walk out into the lake until her head's submerged, and she will tell her inner self to put the lake water in the storage place and not the forever place. And then she will open her mouth and just start to hoover. But she's looking at Will. She's turned around, so she assumes by the time the water goes down, she'll see the stick.
Will was gonna throw a rock. I was like, that's enough now.
So you have the storage place, and you have what is essentially an atom smasher.
Yeah.
Like it is the void to where everything disappears, essentially.
That's where I sent all the dead, right?
Yeah.
From the graveyard, yeah.
Yeah. So like they're not there anymore. They got atom smashed. They do not exist.
We're like a cow. You got 4 stomachs. You just need to figure out what the 4th one is.
That's Chef Jeff.
Oh, that's Jeff.
And you inhale and just this kind of to paint the scene, because it tickles me. I see like George kind of with her mouth just above the water, so she's kind of like to hear and just like, and then just like lily pads and stuff are like going into her mouth, and it's just like
Every once in a while, you see her like bat a fish away.
yeah.
Some sort of like crawdad or something.
There's one like panicking fish like still swimming in front of her.
Like a salmon going upriver.
Like a really surprised frog just like slapping her in the face.
crawling up it and her eyes following. No, it's perfect. And Will just on the shore like, huh.
Pretty much.
After a reasonably small amount of time, this is goes through quite quickly, and very easily actually.
So there's no like, I don't get any bad vibes from anything behind me in the water, like gonna come smash me down for borrowing some.
No bad vibes in the water. Yeah, no, it's pretty easy. You just kind of flick that switch, and then it's like, and you don't feel like you know, sloshy or full or anything along those lines, but you can just feel like a let's call it a metric shit ton of water now residing
Literally.
in your storage pouch.
Maybe a few tadpoles.
Yeah.
I'll probably like kind of start doing that trudge, you know, when you're fully clothed in denim out of the water, like picking some millweed out of my teeth, kind of. Okay. You kept the key to get back in, right? Okay. That's the key, right? She's gotta like reach out in the dark. That's the key, right? You're not fucking with me.
Yeah, it's
Okay. All right. Gross.
And
Did you get anything else like seaweed and stuff? Ugh.
Yes.
Ugh.
Maybe.
yeah,
But I figure that's a good thing, right? Like that's part of this. I don't know.
I
Can
don't
we
know
just
if
go
there's
back
much
to the
seaweed in an
school?
indoor pool.
I mean, she practices in the morning. Like she'll be the first one in there, right?
Fair enough. Well, it's done now.
There's no way they can blame. Who can explain? We need. And she's just gonna start walking back towards, I'm assuming, a vehicle of some sort or bikes or something. However they got there, or her skateboard
Yeah.
towards paveness.
Will is looking at the lake. Did you drain like 9 inches of the lake?
as best you can tell to a degree, yeah.
Okay.
I'm imagining there's some kind of like big current going back and forth as it kind of re-levels out from the
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
turbine of my face.
Yeah. And George, could you give me? I think this is going to be an investigate, interestingly.
Oh.
And let's have a look. Yeah.
Oh, investigate. She's not very. I mean, I'm not.
I would say this will be
Helping
probably-
hands might help.
Yeah, I like looking through. I think this will probably be 3.
Yeah, I see helping hands. Maybe escape.
Yeah,
See what you want. But I don't know. What do you think?
I'd say 3.
I would concur.
You
Okay. Oh my god, the button wasn't working. Sorry, it's working now. I was like, hello?
Hello.
What happened?
that is a
Mild
7
success.
mild success. Okay.
Uh-oh.
It's hard to discern precisely, but you think you can get a little bit of a vibe for the more obvious things like the plant life, you know, maybe a couple of like tadpoles, etc.
In there.
Yeah. And like when you consume something, if you don't send it immediately off to the void, you're able to a degree, analyze it.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, like essentially, it's in like a stomach bag of holding, where you can basically be like, okay, what we got in here, you know, like have a little bit of a peer.
It's me Poppins bag.
Interestingly, similar to what I understand at least of a bag of hold, I don't know, super load. You can also choose what you bring out.
Ooh,
So-
like selectively. So I could turn around and like selectively puke out all the tadpoles and whatnot if I tried?
Yes, but also you can selectively basically take the water. And
Yeah, but
just
then all the
water.
tadpoles would be left behind. George wouldn't do that.
If she, I mean, that would be in her mind that she only wanted water. So if that was possible, I mean, the amount of
Well,
refuse would be
going in-
a mild success.
Going in, you have less of a choice. It just basically it all goes in.
Yeah.
Then when it comes out, and this is essentially something that you're kind of like investigating a little bit in your head as you and William are walking and probably shouting a little bit, but you're pretty sure you can just like regurgitate, let's say.
What time of day is it now? Is it after dusk?
Oh,
or...
it's after.
Oh, it's late.
It's after dark. Yeah, it's late.
Okay.
Yeah. So I could puke just the water then, like regurgitate just the water into the pool.
Yeah.
Or do my best.
Yeah, you're pretty sure. Like there may be a rogue tadpole or something, but you know, for the most part, you should be good.
I'll have if there's one at the pool when we get there. You know those giant pool skimmer nets that they usually have to like get leaves off the top. I'd probably ask Will to like hold it, like hold it a good like 6 feet in front of my face, you know, because the pressure.
I love the idea of holding that in front of basically a fireman's hose.
A fire
and just
hose. That's exactly what I
straight
pictured.
fucking through it.
Will's bought a sieve and just
Yeah, exactly. It's a kitchen sieve, and it's just like, it's okay. This one I
Oh
bought
my
at
god,
IKEA.
can you
and it's
imagine? Okay, but can you
instant
imagine
giant
the pressure of expelling that much water? Like
Oh, that's what I'm
fire
saying.
hose pressure. Like just.
It will make a giant fucking perfect circular hole in the middle.
We're children. We don't know this.
No.
No, that's fair.
So, I will say, unless there's anything particular you'd like to cover in conversation, I imagine that conversation will be fairly just, you know. So we're going back to the school to regurgitate a whole load of lake water into the pool as a surprise for Tori, because she was bummed about not being able to swim in it anymore. Which
It's so great because this is from like 2 or 3 episodes ago. This
Yeah.
plan was like in motion. Yeah.
Yeah, this is something that George had an idea of. It's like, I can't wait to surprise Tori with this. It's like, surprise. I was actually wondering. I was wondering if Katie specifically would like clock on to what was happening and like the repercussions of what she did. So,
I also I love the idea of George being able to expel only the water, so there would be like no contaminants in it, so it would look clear.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
If I had a big success.
yeah, with a better success, you will be able to analyze things a bit better. I will say, however, it does kind of require knowledge and just knowledge. So, like, for example, if you took a bottle of like vodka, right, and just threw it all into the stomach, and then was like, I just want to, I was gonna say vom. I just, I just want to regurgitate the ethanol. Technically speaking, that's possible, but with your knowledge and with your like expertise, it's not really it's not something that would be very viable.
Also, if we do this at night, the filters are going to be running all night, so it's going to have some time to clear out a bunch of the stuff in the water. Like, because the pool water is continuously filtered, right? So it would clear up over time.
True.
And plus, it's a fairly clear lake. It's not like super.
Lake water's gonna have a
salty
slightly
or-
different consistency to chlorinated water. Obviously, like you're gonna be able to tell, but like it's not to anybody who's not really paying attention, right? It's not,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And just the fact that it's a really deep lake.
It's
Usually gross stuff sinks.
It's
the
not,
other thing is if we're thinking from Chelsea's point of view, right?
Yeah.
If this is like the wouldn't she notice thing,
Yeah.
even if it was different water, she doesn't know that Tori wouldn't just drown in it
Nope,
if she
she has no
forced
clue.
Tori to drown in it.
Which-
you know what I mean?
she no one's noticed because there hasn't been really much swimming or swim practice or anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, for her, it's literally just like, oh, well, she snuck into practice because that's how she's been, captain and getting better. And oh, poor thing, she drowned. It's one of those things where if you go down the
megalomaniac.
Thank you, megalomaniac route. It's one of those like, oh, poetic justice or whatever, where it's like that type of crap. So
wouldn't it be funny if I killed you in this really creative way?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if the thing that was your strength is the thing that killed you, and everyone was like, haha, she sucks.
We're starting with the old, I'm gonna tell you my supervillain plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
First, let me monologue.
I expect this entire conversation to end with Mr. Bond.
Yeah.
It'd be fabulous.
Have a safe trip down, Tori. Or should I say, Victoria?
I'm excited to see the look on her face.
Meine Name ist Goldfinger.
So, we will rejoin George and William. I'm gonna say actually after regurgitating the water. So the water has been regurgitated. The pool has been filled and looks pretty decent. Like it's, and I'll say George, at this point, there's a few little bits and pieces like plant life and animals and etc. Just kind of which
we could literally pool skim it out if there is a skimmer.
Yeah,
so that stuff is mostly still in the stomach. Like you haven't.
Oh, okay. So I was able to kind of separate most of it. Okay.
Okay. Cool. I was gonna say with the net on a stick thing, I think Will is ready with that to kind of scoop up things that aren't supposed to be there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of plant or something.
Yeah, because Will asked down whether like did you get a bunch of seaweed and stuff, and he thinks that's gonna come out again. So that's I'm ready with the stick with the net.
But now
I
it
could totally see that.
Now it has a hole in it, so it's not effective anymore. So it's like, oh shit.
There are several of those things around. It's fine. It's just running around trying to catch a pike or a perch or some fucking thing running around. Oh look, Mom, I caught a salmon.
Tori
Where'd you
shows up
catch
on a
it?
normal
In
day
the
to
pool.
practice in the morning, and there's just Will chasing a fish in the pool.
Yeah, exactly.
And essentially, you both job done. You kind of sneak out the school and head back towards respective homes, houses, happy in a job well done. Are there any like kind of, I don't know, I feel like George would be super like excited rabbits, basically being like, I can't wait for Tori to like find out that what I've done, and like she's gonna be so happy, and then like
I'm definitely doing that like obsessive teenage girl thing where I'm literally calculating in my head like, what time of day is it not weird for me to approach Tori and speak like a person and ask her if she swam in the pool?
Yeah.
And is that a weird question? And how do I bring this up? Do I just fall in the pool? I could get her to rescue me? I don't know. Like that's where and I'm probably just shooting all this at Will. Will was like,
And in a different situation, probably what would actually happen is she just blurted out immediately. It'd be like, I filled the pool for you with lake water.
I'd literally be at Tori's house at 2 a.m, soaking wet in seaweed with my frog friend. Like, do you want to swim? So I felt like a swim.
I can only imagine the reaction of Tori's family if you showed up at her house at 2 a.m.
Soaking wet.
Covered in lake water.
I'm sorry, but that's so on point for George to just go there soaking wet.
George
Do you want to go for a swim?
Just got a little bit of that, like, usually on drugs, ADD,
Look,
like hyper focus. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Maybe a little twitchy, or she's shivering, so looks twitchy.
And as a very quick kind of like behind the scenes, like peek behind the curtain, when I was thinking about how the interaction, how the confrontation would go with Chelsea, I was like, well, Chelsea is like high off her own power and also massive vendetta against Tori for reasons which she essentially went through. And I was like, so it's gonna be one of those like, I can control people, but also I want her to be conscious and to suffer, you know, to know that I've defeated her, etc., etc. What's the best way? And it's like, oh, you know, some kind of accident around school would be best because that's her kingdom.
Her domain.
not
Actually,
wrong.
High school.
actually,
Chill
her
the
kingdom
fuck
is the
down,
lake.
girl.
But Chelsea doesn't know this.
I want
you know?
to rule the school, though.
And so, like...
Well, and I love that, like, the situation was presented in a way that, like, Tori absolutely has the same vibe of, like, I will let you undo this mistake this one time, you know what I mean? Like, very, like, oh, that's what you want? Well, fuck you, actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you one chance. One chance.
Yeah, essentially, I was trying to figure out, like, what she'd do, and I was like, well, like, this type of mentality, this type of person who's so obsessed with defeating and winning would totally, you know, go for, like, oh, an accident, and where would it be? And I was like, captain of the swim team, it would be in the pool. And I thought all of that, and then remembered. I was like, oh my god, Katie/George and Will/LZT put the fucking lake water in the pool. This is gonna be crazy.
I was
Alright,
really
well-
wondering when you were gonna work that in, and that was fucking finely seamed, sir.
Yeah, no, it was. So, do you want a conversation between George and Will before you kind of we shift back?
Maybe not a conversation, because I think they both had a night of it, but
Yeah.
like when they get to the point when they're walking home or skating or whatever,
Yeah.
and they part ways, she'll probably like she's feeling friendshipy. Like she's feeling like Will did this.
Yeah.
This is totally out of character for Will to come
Partners
out
in
in the middle
crime.
of the night. Yeah, and she's like she wants to make like an emotional connection. So she kind of like awkwardly puts her hand out to like shake his hand and be like, thank you, but then she's just gonna fall in and give him a hug and then like let go, turn away, and kind of like speed walk / run away.
Will's stuck there going. Okay,
It was probably kind of an aggressive
bye."
hug, like maybe like hard, like a hit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
with like a mumbled like thank you, and then just
and when George turns around and skates off, it's just Will standing there going, okay, bye. A little flabbergasted, but it's like, oh, okay, that was weird. Gets on the bike and goes home.
Will thinking drugs work for George again.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Okay. I think the next question is do we revisit the current, more present time George and Will and their visit to Mr. Ashford, or do we want to finish up what happened? Because what happens with Tori is a little bit later in time than that.
Okay.
So
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with Ashford, those meetings, it's not like we have any questions from this time, so it shouldn't.
It won't
I don't
take
think it'll
No,
be too
but he's gonna
long.
give us a job, right?
Yeah.
To
We'll
be
usually
honest,
do the job later.
if you have the meeting and Tori, oh well, yeah, Tori wouldn't be there.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's just for me.
But
and-
if timeline wise, it makes more sense to have the meeting first, then I guess
yeah,
to
Me too.
keep
I-
things
I
in
think-
order.
the meeting is for those indentured to to Ashford.
Yeah.
It's smaller and smaller group.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It has decreased by a full 33%.
Yes. So, if that's, we'll return to Tori momentarily, if that's all right. And we will technically,
Yeah. Do the spread however we want to do the spread.
yeah. Technically speaking, we'll be staying with George and Will, but on a different timeline, which is essentially just as school is finishing. And you go to the classroom to oh god, it's been a while.
Oh, hell yeah.
I imagine at this point it's become a bit more normal doing this, so I would still kind of imagine George would still be nervous, because I don't think she's ever gotten over that nervousness with Mr. Ashford.
I think she does like the fake confidence. You know, like she wants to be cool and she doesn't want him to know that she's absolutely petrified of him.
Yeah.
But like she can't look into his glasses. Like, not only the glass, like his eyes, she can't look into his eyes, but her mere reflection in them is fucking haunting. She can't. She does the face look around, like, yeah, totally, I would. Mm-hmm. Feeling great. But yeah, instead of, like, waiting for Will, she'd go in if Will wasn't there at the same time. She'd go in by herself, but kind of, like, plop down, hoodie up, like, do the tough, like, I'm ready. And pithy.
Yeah, and you go in, sit down. Essentially, Mr. Ashford kind of busy writing, working. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure if either of you would notice this. If you have any observational things, essentially do an investigate with anything to do with noticing eyesight ways.
I only think I have stuff when I'm manifested.
I have 2. I have secrets and see what you want.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe 1. Maybe just see what you want.
Yeah. Well,
It's not like he's active. I don't know if he's keeping a secret. Right? So then I wouldn't be looking actively for it.
I would say go for it.
Okay. Investigate, you said?
Yes.
Investigate, you said? Sorry.
Investigate, yes. Nice.
Great success! La la la. Why am I more scared?
Will, you can run that too.
I don't have anything that will give me anything, so I don't. I only have like strong vision and stuff when I manifest, and I'm not.
Okay.
So I don't think I should basically roll.
That's fair.
All right. Well, George, you rolled pretty well, so you notice that he is writing with. He's writing with his left hand when he is right-handed. It's not much.
So sorry, the wild hounds are calling. Cecilia must be near. Can we not?
Bork, bork, bork.
My eyes and ears.
Bork.
She's placed spies in Kay's household.
As a lefty, that is something George would absolutely notice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, George is a lefty.
Probably, yeah. And
You know
she'd
those
probably
people
kinda-
who don't live as long as right-handed people? Carry on.
Oh my god, neither do tall people. I'm dying in my 60s.
What?
Fuck.
I want to
Okay, I'm
point
not
out
tall,
that I said
but I am left-handed.
We're all gonna die.
Left-handed.
I want
6
to
foot.
make a point that I said
Yeah.
how sinister, and I just
Woman.
want to make sure that everybody knows that's funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's all. Thank you.
She'd probably kind of look and lean forward on her desk and watch. She never interrupts him or anything because she's still terrified of him, but she'd be watching and she'd be looking to see if he writes like a lefty, like a natural lefty, or if he's, smearing his hand across the page, like trying something experimental. Does it look natural?
No. It looks like it looks like he probably has written with his left hand before. It's not natural, and it seems like he's having a little bit of issue.
Forcing it? Okay.
Yeah.
As soon if Will shows up, and sat down, I'd probably elbow him and point it out and be like, "What is he doing?
What?
Can you take a peek, sis?"
Wait, what's going
Oh my god! And she'll like lean into him. He's right-handed.
on? Okay.
He's
Oh,
writing with his-
what? I see what you mean.
Can you
Why
like
is that?
fucking, like look at it?
And as you're kind of like whispering and stuff,
Mumbling.
he sets his pen down, looks up, and says, "Well, it's good to have you both here." And
Is it?
Yes. and I appreciate you coming in, because this is something I don't have the time or ability to handle right now.
Sounds dope.
And he kind of like considers that for a second. Do you know the graveyard down at the southern part of town?
Will just nods.
Yeah.
In that
Not
area,
intimately.
managed to find out that there is a summoner. Got an address.
A summoner caught in a dress?
A summoner, and I have an address.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. What's a summoner?
It depends. In this example, it would be a summoner of... Depends on your culture and sometimes even religion, but spirits, demons, devils, that type of thing.
Like they can just like ooh chaka, ooh demon?
A little bit more ritualized, but yes. The spirits manifest in this world and carry out an order given by the summoner. Very often, depending on the order, they take over a recently deceased body or something along those lines.
Oh, and she's gonna kind of lean back, self-satisfied, like elbow will, like hocus pocus, witches.
Witches is more curses and that type of thing, but
Like the writing?
curses.
Oh, I thought you said cursive. Sorry.
Oh my god.
How
Those are
could
the
they hurt
worst.
people with writing?
I thought they were writing spell books and stuff. I don't know.
Okay, so are we like just making a friendly house call or?
The objective would be to get the book and preferably destroy it. Or,
Book?
if unable, to bring it back here so that it can be locked away and not seen again.
The book or the summoner?
The book. The
Oh.
summoner is mostly unimportant, but my advice...
So is a summoner no good without their book?
Well, they could find another book, I guess, but they're not exactly common. I'm not even sure how they managed to get their hands on this one.
Dude, Will, you like live in the library. You notice any books gone?
Yeah.
Dumbest question literally ever. Totally makes sense to George.
I did actually. I can't remember what the name of the book that Ashford wanted me to get was.
Oh man, it's probably in my notes.
Yeah, it's let's call it the Big Bumper Book of Demon Summoning or something. But,
Yeah, because the first one we named something else anyways.
Yeah.
Demon Summoning for Dummies.
yeah.
BBD, hell.
Demon Summoning 101.
Yeah, exactly. An introductory course. Yeah, I mentioned that book was gone when I tried to find it in the library.
It it was probably that. And it seems that these have been specialist items brought in by the librarian, which...
Why would they bring that in? That doesn't seem like the common thing to have in a high school library.
collector collections.
Isn't that all a library kind of is?
Not for these type of books. There are a few in there that are worryingly descriptive.
Yeah, I'm concerned why a collector would put something like that in a children's library. Almost like they wanted some kid to find it and, like, you know, demon.
It's
right?
It's something I'm looking into.
Sick. Let's fuck up this child predator motherfucker.
Well,
Excuse my language. Please, I'm sorry.
you don't need to worry about that part of it. Let's focus on the damage being done with the book.
When she does not get a reprimand for her language, Will kind of goes, because Will said fuck last time and he was like, language.
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything, but he definitely fucking notices and like, hey.
Okay, so like, we're just like gonna steal from a house.
Steal, take. As long as you get the book, everything should be, well, not fine, but the damage should be stopped at the very least.
Okay, but like, what if they whip that book out against us? I don't know what to do about a demon.
Well, the demon, the spirit, would be non-corporeal. It would be essentially a essence looking for a body.
Oh! Is this the person responsible for the other graveyard that I made into an amuse-bouche?
Not all of it, but I do believe the one outstanding, what you thought was a zombie, was probably actually a spirit, a demon, possessing the body instead. It's what put me onto this summoner.
What did that zombie? That zombie was just like moaning Rodney at me. Rodney. Can a summoner make their little minions say something, or was that like a demon just trying to introduce itself?
They are capable of speech, as long as they aren't possessing something that's too far gone.
Yuck. What would be the purpose of a dead thing moaning Rodney in a graveyard?
Most likely it was the order.
The order?
For example, kill Rodney, or bring me Rodney, or
Do I?
something along those lines.
Huh. Wrong number, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sick. So, hey, Will, you ever robbed someone before?
Are you in any way affiliated with constabulary? No.
What?
It was a joke.
I don't speak Spanish, bro.
Neither do I.
Anyways. Okay, when do you need the book? I mean, is there... Or is this just like a we get to go do what we want kind of thing? I'm feeling maybe they probably have guards, like demons or something.
You're going to have to try and get this done tonight.
Sick.
So,
I've got no plans.
things are accelerating, and we need to patch this one up quickly.
Sick. Okay. I'll clear my file of facts to rob someone.
My plans and hopes was to give you Isabella for the night. However, she is off dealing with something else currently, so that's not going to be an option. Also,
Was that the Irish Southerner
yes,
person?
yes.
Okay. Just I didn't remember her name.
Also, this requires a slightly less destructive outlook, as the summoner is still a person. And
So don't kill the bitch.
it would be best not to. Unless you have any particular want or need to go down that route, which, from my judgment of you both, I would say no.
Nah, man, but I don't know what his face does yet.
Aye.
That. Like, what if he got pissed and fire came out? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's good to know.
I'll let you know.
You.
I don't think. I mean, we should be fine. I robbed bubblegum from a liquor store once.
You should have enough control to stop from immolating people, I would imagine.
Me? Yeah, absolutely.
And the arm is not too much of a problem for you so far.
Not at all.
The arm?
Oh, I'll show you later.
Okay. Do we know this person?
I don't know. I just have an address.
All right.
And he actually, that's his right arm. He actually, with his left, goes into his pocket and pulls out a dress, like puts it on the end of his desk.
Is he like using his left to reach across to his right pocket, or is it on the left?
Yeah.
Oh. Will definitely asks, like, did you injure yourself?
He kind of stares at Will.
The arm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You good?
Just a encounter with a Yutun. And he like sighs and pulls back his shirt, and like the whole of the kind of from like kind of hairish like spread all over with like a fairly like red tint to it is just ice.
Oh.
Kind of like with a kind of like a hole for his shoulder.
That doesn't look great. Yeah, that doesn't look great.
Is that a hole in his arm? Yeah, maybe you should go to the hospital? A heater store?
We're a bit too busy for that, and I can deal with this, no problem.
Oh.
And he shifts his shirt back and jacket back. And he says, so let's not worry about that for now. How are both of you feeling currently?
She's just staring at his shoulder like a hole.
We'll just go comparatively. I'm great.
I've been thinking it might be worth adding another debt on.
What?
The manifestation of the arm is good, but a little worrying. It's quite quick. And the incident at the graveyard as well worries me.
Wait. What? Why would that make more dead?
Did I not?
You did not.
I can limit what you can do to a degree. Or anyone can do if they are in my debt.
Oh?
consider if you had not had that, you would likely have taken a big chunk out of that part of town. Instead of just the zombies, dead creatures.
But why would it affect my debt? I haven't used the arm.
No. But if you continue to manifest things, your will be tested. And it's not ever good to lose control.
So wait, if you just put a shit ton of debt on us, like bajillions, then we could just be like normal?
You have been working off the debt, so... But no.
No. It was worth a try.
Eventually, the influence weakens, wanes. It is a way for you to slowly come into the power, into your abilities, as opposed to having free reign access. That tends to be that.
Yeah, that free reign access kind of sounds like whatever's inside me just gets to take over, like captain of the ship.
Oh, whoa.
I don't want that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. It's not ideal, a scenario.
No.
No.
Wait. She's gonna like look over at Will's hand. Is this shit like spreading?
No, voluntary.
You think? It's the devil, bro.
Devil's a descriptive word.
Yeah, it's not the
actual
devil.
Well, I'm just saying, grain of salt with what they say. Like the little cage of eyeballs inside you or whatever it is will probably say anything to get out, right?
No. This is his. And he nods to Asher. Is like, no. This is him telling me this thing.
Your hand. Oh. I don't want any more, please.
No, you're already quite useful.
Shut up.
Shutting up.
She's thinking that Ashford's gonna give her like a tentacle or something.
I can't bestow, I can only limit. There are limits on both of you. It stops you from consuming an entire mountain, and he looks at George. And he looks over at Will and he says, and it stops you from looking like something out of
Yeah, I got it.
a Godzilla movie. Except for red.
Dude, you would have been great in Legend, man.
So, as I said, this is a person who is utilizing the book. Probably for some very inane, stupid reason. Maybe they want to rob a bank. Maybe they want to get revenge on someone who was mean to them. The reasons very often don't seem important. The consequence.
Where do the books come from? Can we nip that in the bud?
That has been dealt with, at least to the best of my ability.
Oh, sick. All right. It's cool. It seems clear. Will, you got any plans?
Nope.
Yeah, you do. We go in. Robin!
Oh.
She'll like put her hood up and walk up to the desk. So, address.
He taps the piece of paper on the desk and says, "Do your best not to kill them.
We'll try.
I would hate to have to chain you up and throw you in some underground prison."
I would hate to be chained up.
Okay, but like I can eat them, like not the death way, right?
Have you tried eating someone yet?
No.
I wouldn't advise it.
Indigestion.
All right. She'll kind of finger the piece of paper across the desk and peek at it. Does she recognize the address at all?
No.
What part of town is it in?
Down the south. If you look on
Near
the
that
map,
graveyard?
Yeah, near the graveyard. If you look at the map, it's this black circle, black square. Sorry.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. She'll pick it up, like, taking charge, and then kind of just throw it at Will.
We'll just,
Like, push it against his chest and, hold on to that. All right. See you tomorrow, I guess.
George, could you hang around for a second? Will, if you head on, George, catch up.
Oh, wait, outside.
She's gonna, like, watch Will with those eyes beckoning. No.
Don't leave me alone. Yeah, Will's like, oh, wait outside.
Should I, like, spin on one foot around? Yeah?
Sit, please.
Okay. She'll kind of very gingerly slide into a seat. Yeah.
What do you think of Bella? You met her for the evening.
Oh, Bella.
Yeah.
Think of?
Yeah.
She's kind of seems like a badass. Like a stunt double in a movie or something. Like the cool part without that arrogant part. I don't know. I still can't figure out why the hell she's here.
Money.
Oh no, that checks out. Yeah.
Few jobs. Some for me, some for others. Very useful, especially seeing as, and he like gestures with his left hand to his shoulder again. I can still do some of the easier jobs, but for now this is going to severely limit my ability to stop the flood. So it'll be good to have her here, as long as she doesn't work too much for some other people.
She works for other people. Aren't all the other people worth working for kind of pieces of shit?
Depends on your perspective, but from ours, yes.
Cool, so she's like neutral then.
More like a mercenary.
Nice. Could I do that?
That was one of the things I wanted to talk about.
Oh?
I just want to make sure that you're not that. Have you been back down into that void?
No.
Seen the eye again?
No. Why would I want to do that?
Okay, good.
Hell no.
Well, that's good enough for me.
There was one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't do it. But Tori and I were chilling, just kind of like talking about the extent of our bullshit. And she wanted to test her, like, do it stuff. That stuff. And I was like, go for it. Kind of, not really, I cried. It was fine. But I kind of gave her, and she tried. And next thing I knew, she was on the ground, completely unconscious, and I had to drag her ass up to my bedroom, and she slept for like 16 hours. I don't know what happened there, but I'm assuming maybe that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not something that you want to stare down unprepared.
Huh. Funny. Yeah, I wouldn't. I didn't know that was gonna happen. Like, apparently, like, according to her, she just went... She was in there and saw the...
The beast.
Whatever that is. Yeah.
Well, that's actually what I wanted to talk about. I've been debating as to whether to let you know or inform you. I'm unsure as to whether it's better the devil you know or not, but if you like, I can tell you the name of the entity manifested, possessed.
Steve.
Are there like pros and is it like a Rumpelstiltskin thing? Because like I'm cool with calling it Chef Jeff.
Jeff was the previous container.
Okay, but I think he's in my container. Or something. I'm talking to something in my head. I don't, maybe I've lost it.
No, the remnants of previous hosts does remain. Consider it like a few remaining synapses. Thoughts,
No shit, so like I'm gonna be in
spirits.
someone's head one day?
When you die, yeah.
Oh, bummer. Wait, Jeff's dead?
Yeah.
How?
When he passed this over to you, the glutton, it was part of his retirement.
To die?
He lasted a good 5 years.
Huh. 5 years, you say? Cool. Cool. Yeah, sure. What's her name?
Charybdis.
Kirby. I'll call her Kirby. She sure does suck a lot. Sick. 5 years, huh? Georgia's spiraling at this point, if that wasn't apparent. 5 years. She'll probably kind of like stand up and just kind of do that. Okay, all right. Like trying to walk towards the door, like conversation over, because I think she's not associating anymore.
Yeah, and you hear like a clink of metal, and you essentially get stopped in place.
By the chains?
Yeah.
She probably wouldn't even notice. Like, she wasn't walking with a purpose. It was kind of that meandering, just like autopilot. Like, okay, I got my assignment. I go now. Bye-bye. 5 years. So she probably like kind of keep kind of...
George.
5?
We have time to, let's say, separate you.
Didn't you straight up just say that killed Jeff?
He more decided to move it along.
All right,
Tech-
cut it out.
Technically something that you could learn to do. However, as we've discussed before, in general, that type of separation leads to death.
I mean, I'd at least like to have the 5 years if that's the chance.
And
I
with
suppose.
with us utilizing the debt, we can maybe extend that for longer, long enough to find a way to draw it out, destroy it, separate it from you without harming you, and that is something I have been trying to figure out. Unfortunately, we also have the pressing problem of what's happening in Quail Town.
Yeah.
And if we want to minimize this and to stop it, then we need to do things like what you're doing tonight.
Sick. I mean, why do homework if you're not going to make it through junior year, am I right? What up?
Hopefully it'll be a bit longer than that.
I'm not going to get my hopes up. But hey, was that it?
After you're done with this person, man, whoever it is,
Book.
after you're done with the book, we'll maybe figure out I'll try and figure out a deeper depth for you so that we can limit this to a better degree.
Yeah. Okay.
And, down to you, I probably wouldn't ask, William anything about Charybdis.
Oh,
You would?
I'll just picture Kirby. That's a lot cuter, I'm assuming.
You feeling okay?
No. But I'll be fine. I had an army of the undead. You know, when you put it in perspective, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And, like, theoretically, I'll live on in someone's memory whether they want me to or not, and that's kind of dope.
About that, actually. Have you
Oh, come on.
have you met anyone else?
What? Like, in general?
Yeah.
No, I avoid them.
Not in when you met Jeff. Was there anyone else there?
No, just the eye.
Okay.
Just, well, if you would call it an eye. No, should there be?
No.
Hell. Okay. She's like subconsciously got her hand in her stomach. What the fuck? It's a clown car in there.
Alright, well, I need to go and put a warm wet towel on my shoulder.
Uh-huh.
Let me know how it goes tomorrow. Well, let me know how it goes. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Just kind of get up and like dreamily start moving towards the door.
Yeah.
Drift out, just. Oh, fuck.
So, George, how does William see you when you kind of, because essentially William's down the hall a little bit of a ways probably, and you kind of step out and then I guess walk towards him.
Probably the same. Just like if he stepped towards me like he was waiting for me, she'd
Yeah.
probably just glide on by, like hands on her back straps, just like bump, bump. Just autopilot, leaving, and not
Will's
notice him at all.
following, but kind of like, you okay?
Yeah. I'm great. What are you up to?
I was waiting for you.
Right. Because the witch.
Yeah.
Cool. Sick. So you got the Addy. Do you want to here, let me see it. And she's gonna scratch into her arm with a pen really quick. The address. Do you want to meet me there? I don't know. Dark time. I gotta go home and do something.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see you there.
Sick.
Sure, you're okay.
She just walks. I don't think she'd say anything.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. Later.
Well,
Yeah. Okay. Will kind of goes okay, and then files off.
okay. Do either of you want to continue your walk, or are we
I think we're done there.
Um,
Unless-
George's only thoughts are that it's Puka feeding night, and she doesn't want him pissing on her family if she's dead.
Yeah. Okay.
So just stopping and getting milk and bread and whatnot.
Puka, don't piss on my family.
Me don't piss on my mom.
In that case, you head home and feed Puka. Any, I don't know. I feel like I want to say does George talk to Puka past the normal kind of hey Puka, here's food. But I kind of feel like George is probably going through motions to a degree.
Yep. I think she'd do something really uncharacteristic and leave it out and leave.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
normally she leaves it out and chills and has that small.
George
small
usually has
talk.
a 7-hour conversation with Puka.
My therapy session, okay? Nope, she'd probably put it out all nice and just leave.
Okay. And Will.
yes.
You get home. It's it's still early evening, late afternoon. So, and when you get home, you walk in as usual. And when you do, you hear from the sitting room.
Mm-hmm.
Will, is that you?
Whose voice is it?
That is Edward's voice.
Fuck!
And
Okay.
yeah.
Will just goes.
Favorite person.
"Oh, yeah, whoopee.
And apologies for this, but pause for 1 second. I have to pee really badly. I didn't have a scene where people could talk
What
together.
was your brother's
Guys,
name?
I'm going pee,
Yeah,
Sheepy.
feel free to take a moment to table talk.
Yeah, what was your brother's name?
Edward.
Edward. I imagine Edward in the kitchen having that very snooty talk with your parents, why, yes, I have bought the second property. The vacation
Oh,
was
mother, it was
lovely.
delightful. You
Oh,
had to be there.
absolutely Heaven, you must come visit. The spare cottage is
Oh my god.
just fantastic. I can even get you some hooers and some coke.
Did
Give me
you
a blast,
make this
mummy.
pie? It's absolutely delightful.
Oh,
My
mummy, your pie
goodness.
is the best. There's no pie in the world like yours, mummy.
He absolutely sounds like that kind of
Kiss ass.
man.
He's so obviously the favorite child. That's how I feel like he's the older brother. He knows
Oh, yeah.
he's the favorite
Oh
child.
no, I
and that's-
must
sure.
insist. Will takes the first piece. I
Oh my
always
God.
get it.
I want you
Will,
all
why
to know-
don't you sit up front this time? I know you like to look out the windows.
Oh, is there saffron in this? I love it.
Oh, is this Thai ginger? I only eat ginger straight from Thailand.
Okay.
I was thinking of that Nigella Lawson chick. She's like, now it calls for oregano. You can use regular oregano, but I'm going to use fresh Greek oregano from the Athen island of fuck your father. And now I'm going to cream. Every time.
All right then.
That was a bit too obscure.
Literally says that. And now I'm going to cream.
Mm-hmm,
Direct quote.
Mm-hmm.
She's fantastic. Look up Nigella Lawson and tell me you don't literally have a wedding
I
right
know.
now.
Look, okay, I got you.
Sure.
Pretty darn basic, let's be real. She's gorgeous, though. Say that.
I'm looking forward to ripping Chelsea's head off. I've been,
Dude.
I
Oh.
I know
realizing-
he's cliffhanging us with it. I just looked
know.
at the clock and I was like, I know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
He's gonna cliffhang us with fucking Chelsea. I know he's gonna do it. Like, you're
Bastard.
gonna realize you're in water, you're gonna feel cool, and then he's gonna be like, and next week.
It's okay. It's
Next.
okay. I'm ready. I'm still ready.
I've been living for the Tori Chelsea scene.
John, I don't
I
want
was
to be
very-
friends with
I
people
was-
that don't cream to Nigella Lawson.
I was very heartened by all of your reactions while I was sassing the shit out of her, like seeing everybody's faces and
And you just
seeing
go like,
everybody's like,
it's high school. I'm gonna graduate. The fuck you doing?
it's like a couple months. You can be me next year.
She's
Like,
so pathetic.
yeah,
like,
that's why
I-
I'm going to kill her.
It's just like, but chat was going off on it too. Like, there were people like that.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
remember it.
Well, and some people they just
Yeah.
like that
Some
is their
people
life,
peak.
right? Like they peak there, right?
Yeah.
Like their high school hierarchy is like the best thing that ever happens to them in their
Oh.
entire life.
Imagine.
You're the most popular girl in school, and then you're
And
like
isn't
a
it-
gas station attendant
Nobody.
for the rest of your life.
Isn't it
I'm not
also
saying
that
that's
they
bad,
would
but
think
you know what I mean.
they would
Yeah.
think like, oh, what you do in high school defines your like
Oh yeah.
your life
Yep.
after that.
Yeah.
Like if you don't
Yeah.
make it in high school, you will never make it.
Yeah, this
Yep.
whole thing where it's like that somehow matters. Yeah.
Yeah.
None of it does ever again, ever.
And now I'm excited to see Sheepy's form of the brother after we have all
Yes.
I
given our
know.
interpretations of it.
Oh god.
The brother calls mom Mummy, and he loves Mummy's pie. Mummy's pie is his favorite
It did turn into
pie.
Nigella Lawson cooking show
Mm.
very
And then Nigella
quickly.
Lawson was creaming on everything.
Ah. All right, go Sheepy.
Well, sorry, it was.
I was ju-
yeah.
It's just one of those things when Nigella Lawson starts beating eggs, you can hear someone in the background saying, and you might want to start beating out your own rhythm at home.
Beat them until they're nice and frothy. Yes, frothy.
So, your brother Edward said, William, is that you?
Hi. Yes.
Oh, 1 second, and then you kind of hear a clop, clop, clop.
Will kind of wants to shout, no rush, you can stay right there. But he doesn't.
Did you say a clop, clop, clop?
Yeah, I
Horse.
I couldn't
Guys,
think. I
my-
couldn't
my
think
br-
of.
didn't I mention my brother's a centaur?
Yeah, that's true. And he quite tall, quite athletic,
Centaur Ed.
reasonably good looks. Nothing actually special, but you know, not bad. He pops his head around the door and says, I thought you'd be back earlier.
Study group.
Oh, okay. Are you still doing chess?
Yeah,
How's that going?
it's a little short on challenge, but yeah, no, it's good. How are you?
Yeah, just
Anything to divert the conversation from what have you been doing lately?
yeah, just got back from uni. You know, it's
Did we establish what university you went to? I think we did, like early character creation stuff, right?
not really. Like, it's just
But
you
like
know,
Ivy League stuff.
Yeah. The pretty decent
Yeah.
university. Again, nothing like outstanding or anything.
Yeah.
And he says, I thought I'd come back and you know, see you and mum and dad and I had some free time, so I got in like an hour or two ago.
Ooh, lovely.
I actually
Are they
went
home?
upstairs expecting to see you already there studying, you know. But
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm. And Will finally gets his shoes off. Trying to hide the fact that they're muddy.
Well, yeah. It's been a little while.
Will does walk up and hug him though. He's still like,
Yeah.
that hasn't changed. He's still his brother. He just detests everything about him, not him in person.
Yeah.
Family's family, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is.
Unlikely to find another brother.
And he kind of folds his arms and leans up against the wall a little bit and says, wow, it's been a little while since I've been back in Quail Town.
7 months? 8 months?
Yeah, it must be about that.
Yeah. It's pretty much the same, I have to say. Nothing's really changed.
Well, small town.
Yeah. I dare say come back in 8 years, nothing have changed.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm going to be here for probably for the weekend at the very least. So, well, how's your arm? Are you been practicing? Maybe.
Is he like doing a sports ball
American
gesture?
Football kind of.
Yeah,
like,
and I was like, Will's like, no.
No? Oh, I was hoping maybe we could. Oh, that's okay.
I can throw a football in. I just don't particularly enjoy it.
Of course.
I think
of
it's
course.
time we give up on the idea that I'm going to become a football star. Any kind of football.
Oh, of course. No, I don't think anyone was. I don't think anyone was expecting anything of you in that regard.
No, I don't think so either.
But hey, possibility of next Grandmaster chess, possibly.
Now that's a possibility.
I actually I started up a not really a chess club, but a group of us get together and and play each other and everything. It's quite fun. It's been a while since I've played chess.
Oh, okay. Am I detecting a challenge there?
Oh no.
Oh, you sure?
Nothing, yeah, no. nothing like that. Just it because it'd been so long. I kind of missed it when we used to play games. So I just started up with some of my friends and been a lot of fun. But that's in between studying and sports and everything. I don't have the time for it like you do.
Oh, no, I imagine not. No. The sports takes up quite a bit of time, I imagine. Yeah.
Well, and yeah, everything in university is. Well, I guess it's college, isn't it? But yeah. No, it's
Simple question, actually. Out of that, isn't that the same thing? They were just like run by different people, but they're the same thing?
Yeah. Quite often, as far as I'm aware, and this may be me being out of my depth in terms of US knowledge, in general, all universities are universities, but they tend to call it college in the US, whereas in the UK we call it uni or university.
Yeah. Here
That's
we
accurate.
have universities, and what actually translates to high school, but it's on the same level as university. It's just a different word for it.
Weirdly, we do have some colleges in the UK, but they're like sixth form colleges, which is like kind of last couple of years before university. But
yeah, but then again, Cambridge is Cambridge College technically.
yeah. It's Cambridge University. I think inside of Cambridge College, University, they have a few like colleges, which are I don't even know what they are. It's all too
Different-
weird and complicated, but
Different campuses on the same universities. Yeah, whatever. Tangent.
yes.
Yeah, no, so Will's just chit-chatting a little bit.
Yeah, and Edward too. It's essentially, yeah, he's back, and after a little bit of chatting, you know, I was gonna say their names, but Mum and Dad come home, and they're like, oh, William, you know, they're very. I don't need to make you roll to. I don't need to make you roll to notice this. This is family stuff, and they're understandably quite happy and excited, but I imagine that annoys William just a little bit anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I want to make it clear. Will doesn't mind sitting and talking to his brother.
Yeah.
But as soon as his mom and dad get home, it's comparing him to his brother, and he fucking detests that.
Yeah. And you know, it's one of those.
It's a kind of, your brother's done this. Yeah, well, my brother's several years older than me, also. So fuck off.
A few.
Yeah. Oh, a couple is several.
Especially, yeah. But also, like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's understandable that they're happy and excited to have your brother home because he's been, you know, away at university for months. But it also, it's something that you pick up and I imagine annoys Will, where it's like, oh, of course they're happy because the favorite's home, kind of thing.
Yeah. But I also think there's the difference between his instinctual knowledge and his actual knowledge, intellectual knowledge. His instinctual knowledge is, oh, he's happy, or they're happy because his home, as opposed to his intellectual knowledge is like, they're happy because their son is home because he's been gone for 8 months.
Yeah.
Which is the little clash there.
But there's probably also been enough instances where that has been the case, where it's just like, you know, a bias or a preference or like a whatever, where these type of smaller things tend to still aggravate to a degree.
Yeah.
Past that, I would say there's nothing particular for me to highlight, aside from, you know, you have dinner, a slightly more official, bigger family dinner, because, you know, Edward's back. So, unless there's something you want to bring up with your folks or with your brother, essentially it'll play out as like a fairly regular day, except for, you know, dinner and etc. Question. After dinner and, you know, etc. Obviously, you're headed out a little bit later to meet up with George. Do you do homework or anything like that, or?
Oh yeah. No. Will is definitely still keeping up with his studies. That's not something he's gonna let lapse. So he's still doing his homework. It's just not. It's a case of spending the 2 hours needed for homework as opposed to spending the 2 hours needed for homework and doing another 3 hours worth of stuff around homework, that he just skips the 3 hours extra now.
I think actually probably Edward would ask if you want to play a game of chess after dinner.
Oh yeah, no, it'll take up a game of chess with that, definitely.
It will mean you get less time to do the studying and homework and stuff, but
yeah, but also, as I said, he's cut out the 3 hours now, so he'll have the time required for a game of chess with it, definitely.
Okay.
I feel like that's the only time Will feels like he's on even playing ground with Edward, like emotionally, like and otherwise.
Yeah, a little bit of that. Yeah.
I feel like he would never turn down the chance. It would be crazy. I don't know. I'm not Will, but like that's just what I sense out of Will.
Yeah. It is worth saying as well, like, Will is better at studies and things, but the problem I think he faces is like, Edward's not bad at any of those things. He's like pretty decent.
Yeah.
So the problem is like, I don't know, there are multiple things which Will is and I hope you'll allow this, LZT, vastly inferior at comparative to Edward.
Oh yeah, no, like sports. It's I think it's a case of it's not a case of dominant and recessive gene. It's a case of he got fucking all of them for that.
You know, actually, there is one highlight I have for while you're playing chess. Like, mostly it's kind of quiet as Edward is, you know, kind of trying to keep up with you, and you know, concentrating reasonably hard. But as as time goes on and it becomes more and more clear, like, I imagine there's a point where you already realize you're gonna win.
Yeah.
And he's still like lagging a little bit behind. He hasn't realized he was still trying, but eventually he realizes he's going to lose, and he's just kind of, you know, trying to hold out and survive, and etc. During that kind of period, there's a moment where he says, I heard you brought a friend over.
Did I? I can't even remember.
George came to...
George.
Oh, yeah.
Came to your door.
It's been so long since that happened. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Not against you, Katie. It's against your character.
Mum mentioned that, like, she said a friend came around?
Yeah, Georgette. Actually, she goes to class with me.
Oh, that's an interesting name.
It's an odd name, definitely. That's why we call her George. It's
well,
easier.
I didn't want to be rude.
No. I mean, it is a strange name.
Well, that's good. I was worried after I went to university that you'd you know, never make any friends.
Oh, no. There's no abundance check, but it's not a complete lack.
Well, good. And yeah, it's good to know you got someone else looking out for you.
I'm getting pretty good at looking out for myself.
Okay.
Check.
Do you remember when you were at school, and well, when we were at school, and the kids in your year locked you in your that like big foot locker?
Yeah, I
And
remember.
Like, what was it? It took me like an hour to find you.
Yeah, a little bit more than an hour. Yeah.
Well, it's good that you're getting along with people better here.
Yeah. Oh, it couldn't have been worse, could it?
Yeah.
I still didn't check, by the way.
Oh, yeah. And he knocks his king over. Good game.
Okay.
And, you know, get up and carry on the night. You do a little bit of studying and that, and...
Yeah, I think Will kind of slinks off to his room and gets down to studies.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's studying, but he's probably not really concentrated that much on it. I'm guessing.
And the camera fades, and we will, for a moment, move over to Cecilia. So, the days gone by, you have done a decent reconnaissance of the town, and especially of the house. You know the entrances, you know the exits, and you know that there is a basement which has like a little door that goes into it. You have observed that there, to your knowledge, there's only probably one person in the house, and that during the beginning of the day they were in the the ground floor or whatever, but over the last couple of hours they have been in the basement.
I think after the day passes and taking lunch and snack breaks, Cecilia will head inside, possibly eat dinner if anyone is home with her, and go up in her room, replace the little bag that she made with the getup she brought when she went to the cemetery with George. Kind of more of a utility bag. Basically, if a teen would think, if I go monster hunting, what would I need? So definitely again the heavy fleshlight. For some reason, salt. Funny question, but again, not a 90s kid. Did they used to have, where nowadays you have hand vacuum cleaners?
Yeah, but they were for rich people.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
no.
were.
Okay.
It's something that the Graysons could possibly have. I would say. The Whitlocks definitely have at least one of those.
Probably like
We
one
don't-
that sticks
we-
on
I
a
mean,
wall in a nice
We have
holder.
we have one, but the Helpies that not
Oh,
us.
of course.
All right. No, let's say then if they have it, if she knows it's costly, she won't take it. Yeah, and then she takes her bag downstairs with her and will probably take Blackie out with her. So she will open the door, take I guess in the beginning she would have gotten the habit of taking a leash and stuff because she
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's a normal dog. But she would have noticed that it's just not necessary. And she would have eventually let that habit slide. So she would just be walking to the door and say, "You gonna come with? You can take a walk and we're gonna go take care of some stuff."
And as you say to that to him, like his head turns up to you, and you see like the more unnatural like white lamp eyes, and just a very very small amount of like black smoke kind of drifts off him, and you hear him say, "Hunt."
Yes.
Yes.
Hunt, yes, but not cemetery.
Yes. Hunt.
All right. And she walks to the door, expecting him to follow, and then opening the door of her car, letting him jump in the passenger seat, closing it, and then getting out of the driveway and heading towards the house that she has been observing.
Yes. And you pull up, and open the door and let Blackie out. He jumps down. At this point, by the way, he has shifted much more into the Grim. So he is a dog of shadow, and he's a bit taller, and he looks a lot more creepy. The street in this area is very much kind of suburbs, you know, so like kind of occasional planted lampposts that kind of shine a little bit on the street. Most of the houses here at this point in time are pretty sleepy, you know, not very many lights on, pretty dead quiet. And we will, as Cecilia like walks down the pathway, I'm assuming you're going to the basement door. When Cecilia puts her hand on the doorknob of the basement door, we fade away. And with respect to people's time, we shift over to a bubbling, boiling pool where Tori has fallen in, and we will deal with that. But what we see in the scene is blonde, once looking confident and looking imperious, now a little bit confused, a little bit concerned with this kind of like bubbling as the water of the pool starts to form mist and smoke, which kind of seeps around and moves, like the bubbling. Very confused, like not worried quite, but a little bit wide-eyed, a little bit concerned. Chelsea
Not exactly what she was expecting.
Yes.
Don't worry, we'll come soon. Don't worry.
Chelsea creeps closer, kind of peering, looking for this small shadow of Tori that she expects. And as the camera pans up and starts to fade away, we see this larger shadow slowly expanding in the water as the camera fades to nothingness. I want to do that scene justice, and therefore that's where we will end today.
I knew you were gonna cliffhanger us on it.
We
called it when you were
at the
peeing.
fucking
While you were
lavatory.
peeing, we literally said
My-
that it was gonna be a cliffhanger.
But I agree with you on
Yeah.
doing it justice.
I looked at the time and I was like, if we had a good 20 plus minutes, I'd go for it, but
Yeah, I have to be pretty judicious.
yeah.
At the moment.
and it deserves
unfortunately.
like Tori's fresh energy too.
Yeah.
The poor elf has been sitting for quite some time now.
I am getting tired.
He's
Yes.
tired, yeah. I'm
Um,
excited for the scene, but I totally respect.
So, let's go. There we go. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Dude,
Great.
I'm a little
the
sore.
music
but
today was
otherwise
fucking
great.
on point.
Oh yeah, I always enjoy the music.
Yeah. I feel like you threw some new shit in there, or maybe
Yeah.
lower, like creepy stuff I just hadn't noticed before.
Yeah, I
there's
liked it.
Little bits and pieces. The confrontation with I won't call her Charlotte, but it's
Chelsea and Tori.
Chelsea.
Kelsey.
The confrontation with Chelsea and Tori is the I played that song first when George went into. Oh no, sorry, I played that first when Tori went into George's void space.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I knew it from somewhere. It was just so low.
It's a really good creepy, like watery song. And yeah, this was QT episode 21, Ripples, which isn't just about water, but yeah,
Dude, I didn't even think about the title of it when I talked about like the waves and the motion of the lake. When I didn't even think about it, and it worked so well.
I was so happy when I realized that you'd set me up for a really cool like twist reveal of the it's like I'll just put the lake water in the pool and Tori will be happy. That's
Oh,
I had no idea. Like, honestly, I didn't know. I thought it was just going to be literally like I walk up and be like, I did a surprise. Like, this is so much better.
when you said twist reveal, I thought you were gonna talk about the fact that we got to know that George only has 5 years.
That twist reveal, my god. And then Chef Jeff is
that was
dead.
I mean
Yeah.
There was talk before about him having retired, and obviously that was like code for
He did.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she was in denial. She's
Yeah.
either going to go into some deep self-reflection trying to figure out what to do or get real reckless real quick.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I love Reckless.
I know, so does she.
It's one of those things where it's like she was literally going into a void space and meeting a ghost, but it's all about perspective, and she wasn't, especially teenagers, they don't think like, oh yeah, it's,
No, and when I think about like in terms of the Charybdis, right? Charybdis inside of me, when I think of in terms of that creature just surviving, because it is like a sentient something, it probably like, I think of it, I don't know if this is a term for it, but it's like a holograph to help warm its new host into the situation, because it's much easier for me to see in a human than an eye.
Well, Ashford did say that remnants kind of persist in that void.
True, yeah.
So
I forgot about that.
You're seeing Chef Jeff, just some remnants, some kind of like Gotta wonder who Chef Jeff saw.
I know.
The Swedish chef.
Oh my god! This whole time he was just listening to like herdy birdie. You should have seen my.
Excuse
teacher,
me,
man.
that's
I
my
got
cultural
nothing.
heritage you're talking about.
Sure is.
Fjörgen.
Where the fuck did they get that from your language?
I don't know.
That is the worst.
They got it from racism.
Yeah, I just thought about. I've never thought of literally just the name of the Swedish chef and that herdy birdie sturdy whatever. Doesn't sound like Swedish at all.
When everyone knows that Scandinavian languages are just Elvish.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it.
The Elvish, it was Welsh grammar and Finnish structure.
Yeah.
I feel
Or
like
the other
what
way
I know
around,
about
something like that?
Swedish is that you just put en on the end of everything, and then
Yeah.
you're good to go.
Yeah, that is instead of the as a prefix, we put en on the
Yeah.
end, or et,
Yeah.
depending
on
on
the end of everything.
Larson.
Chatting on the episode, like I do love how Cecilia has finally been like, you know what? Now's the time to like knuckle down and really get shit done. And then she's just like, fucking pull up like a massive command center of brain where she's,
You know what I noticed though, and what I note-taked a lot every time Cece was in a scene, she 100% fell into her own powers and didn't use any blue nonsense that we knew about.
Yeah.
Like, it was total self-reliance, and I thought that was really cool, because that's the first time we've ever seen her do that. Like, she's usually thinking, like, how do I impress Knight? What's that new incantation he taught me? ... And this time she just went like,
I mean, girls on a mission.
The funny thing is, I imagine like the whole thing of like I'm gonna put up a headquarters and like do this mission planning and stuff, but then making it like high schooler where it's like I have my little glitter pen and I'm making a to-do list and I'm gonna lay on my belly like feet in the air like twirling as I summon these animals.
Which I just want to say, like, everyone's abilities are pretty ridiculous.
oh,
Cecilia's is like...
Cece's a Disney princess, but also a horrifying one.
Like a Disney princess with, like, remote control of attack crafts, basically.
no shit. From Shrek. She's Snow White from Shrek.
Yeah.
When they play the immigrant
Yeah.
song, the da-na-na, and all the birds turn into like missiles.
Yeah.
I can make the birds shit any car.
You know who she actually is? Saruman.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Saruman of many
I hope
colors.
she doesn't turn into like full-fledged Saruman.
I mean-
though.
Yeah, get the Urukai army. Yeah.
My
Woo.
fighting Urukai.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cut down all the trees, make the Ents mad.
she'd be such a bad person to make mad.
Wait, what did I do? I did nothing.
I did not.
Instigator. Shit instigator.
Hey, I mean, I'm very curious as to
So,
what,
Sheepy,
Troy's
where
thinking.
can we find more of your
Yes.
content and such? You know.
Elf is dying.
Yes.
Have you
Patron,
checked your butthole?
Patron, if you want to support the show, go give it a look. I don't believe we got anything in terms of... Okay, so nothing to read out, no super chats or anything. Cool.
Get up.
And yeah, go check out the website, wanderingin.net, I believe. The wanderingin. There's a website. Go check it out. And additionally, Twitter, Discord, if you want to stay notified. In time, there'll be other things. I'm trying to expand out into some shorts and stuff. So, God help me, I may even be on TikTok at one point in my life.
I made an account like 3 days ago. I don't know how it works, but I made one.
I beat you two.
Ah,
I made one a
yeah.
month ago.
Yeah.
I still don't have a TikTok.
You boomers.
I told you I'm all young.
I have literally one story from my like surgery experience that I'm sure would make an excellent TikTok. I just don't know how to edit it together, so I'm like shit.
It's another thing that I need to work on, just basically learn, because I've got a whole load of great clips ready to go. I just need to figure out how to edit it and present it and stuff. But yeah,
It's not easy.
no. Past that, I would say thank you for watching, and let's in respect to Elf, let's hit a quick outro for everyone, starting with Elf, and also
Hello,
Tori.
friends. I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me pretty much everywhere. Like saying Twitter specifically now is like stupid, so I'm just gonna say pretty much everywhere on all the random social medias people keep making. As Distracted Elf, and on Twitter at Distracted, or on Twitch at Distracted Elf as well.
Yes.
So
And
yeah, that's me. Go LZT.
Hi, I'm LZ. You can find me at Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, your local coffee shop, and at the DMV, standing in line at Lima Zulu Tango. I have also relaunched my website. So if anyone wants some cool leather stuff, you can go to Long Nose Leather, which is longno.se. So it's long nose, one word. It's just a dot before the SE. And you can check out some cool leather stuff that I make. Please buy something. I'm desperate for cash. Also, we have, I don't know when this is, when you're watching this, but until next Thursday, I think, so another week and a half from today, so like the 10th maybe, I don't know, a little bit more, 14th, something like that. We have a coupon code that's early20, EARLY20, and if you add that coupon on checkout, you get 20% off.
Nice.
And that's all from me. Katie!
Hey there, guys. I have a lot of leather stuff by LZT. It's been puked on by strangers and been across the world and still looks brand new. You should invest. You should also check out the Patreon here because without it, there's no more shows. You should also support Elf. Elf's been through some shit and needs to stand up. My name is Katie. You can find me Classic Katie, literally what Elf said. All these strange social medias popping up because Twitter's dead.
Are
It
you
was
on
fun.
Blue
It
Sky,
felt good to be
Katie? I
back.
literally tried to look for you and I didn't find you to follow.
On which one?
On
Blue
Blue
Sky?
Sky?
No, she's not.
Oh, I
Not
might
on
not
Blue
have
Sky
seen my
yet?
invite email yet. I haven't
Zeke's
looked.
not there. She's not there.
That's my bad. I'll check it. But
saying,
that's not
that's
important. You
the-
guys should check
you
this
know.
out.
Yeah.
But I'll figure out Blue Sky because I did apply, but I haven't got an email. But I'll figure that out. Syrinx.
Hey, I'm Syrinx. You can find me at your local Costco making videos every week of weekly Friday finds at Costco. I love those videos. I am not in America though, so you probably will not actually find me there. Uh, Other than that, you can find me on social media as well, I guess, if you want to. Anyway, throw it back to Sheepy.
Don't forget that Alien, the Duachroma Outlook, is out on Friday at 7 p.m. UK, which I believe is 2 p.m. EST and other time zones as well. I will do my best to put up a premiere a couple of days before so that you can, you know, bookmark it, like it, whatever you need to do to be notified when it goes live, and so you'll know. So keep an eye out for that. And past that, let's end things here for now. So we'll hit an outro, and then this will be the finish of the first YouTube live stream. May there be many more. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. And as I stretch out the time so I can pause the music so it doesn't play over the outro, I will see you. Well, we will see you all next Monday for the third to last episode of the QT Season 1.
Exciting.
See you later, everyone. Cheers.
Bye.